Good morning. It's Tuesday, 8th October 2024. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. This is Vijay here, your host for the session. Here we talk about what happened yesterday and what is likely to happen today. So yesterday, I think, was one of those days where both the veterans as well as the newbies must have been shocked. To be honest, even I too was shocked because I was expecting a correction, and I thought in our portfolios, for instance, we had prepared well for it, but even our portfolio got a 4% loss on the MTM yesterday. So that was quite something for us to take. We expected volatility. We got more than the normal volatility. Now the question which everybody is asking is this a normal retracement or there is more pain ahead? So we'll discuss this a little later. But first, quickly, what happened yesterday? Uh, so the markets today's markets yesterday, index declined for the sixth session, the longest streak in almost a year. BEL, Adani Ports were two indices stocks. Both of them, BEL, for instance, entered the index only recently. And the curse of entering the index is that generally those stocks start falling soon after they enter the index. So that's what's happened to BEL. Mid cap and Nifty small cap, which was okay on Friday, declined for the third session. Excepting IT, everything else did badly. In IT, LTM entry and Persistent did well. Nifty PSU Bank, surprisingly, was a big loser, down more 3% across the board. Selling, of course, Indian Overseas Bank and Central Bank were the ones which dragged the most. Energy again declined for the fifth session. Market declined for the sixth session. Energy declined for the fifth session. Tata Power and NTPC, in my opinion, they were highly overvalued on a short-term basis, so they have fallen. Metal declined again. It's overvalued and overbought. So you had Hindustan Copper and Steel Authority were losing. Tata Steel survived actually. Nifty Bank, the weaker of the two, though it made an all-time high recently. Now it's falling significantly from that level. Auto declined for the third session. Auto numbers seem to be okay going forward, but what happened in September was not that good. Realty also was loser. Nifty FMCG was a loser, excepting ITC, which bounced back because they got a permission now to go ahead with their demerger between ITC and ITC hotels. Pharma declined. Then India VIX hit a 4-week high intraday. That is something to get concerned about. Now, what did the FIs and DIs do? FIs bought about 8,200 crores. DIs bought, sorry, FIs sold about 8,200 crores and DIs bought 13,000 crores. Now, a cursory glance at this should tell us that the institutional numbers are hugely positive. So why did the markets crack? I suspect it is primarily these huge numbers. Primarily could be in the DIS, could be the HDFC Bank share, some 3,500 crores. Block deals happened. We don't know who the seller is, but I guess the buyer is the DIS. Whether the FIS sold or somebody else sold, we don't know. But that is probably the reason why DIS, in spite of the high buying figures, the market has come down. Then, how did the global equities fare? From the start, all the three indices were in the negative. Nasdaq was held by only one stock, Nvidia, but Nvidia also gave up at the end. So you had Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P all about 1% lower, which is in line with what happened to us. FTSE is the underlying, is a outlier. FTSE and CAC are doing well in the European markets, whereas DAX was flat. Asian markets, China was closed yesterday. Hong Kong did very well. Then Nikkei did very well, and so did Kospi and other regional indices. Only India was the outlier again yesterday. So this is something which is industry related. The FADA, which is the Organization of Automobile Dealers Association, Federation of Automobile Dealers Association, they say the festival season will be very good, and because Navratri and Diwali are falling in the same month, and favorable agri conditions are there. They're again requesting, RBI to help out. We will know what RBI will do tomorrow, but till then, the optimism is clearly there. Even though September was a very poor September they had, and they said that the cash exchange kind of thing is there, so that may help the automobile sales going into October. So that they are very, very confident there. Now, if you look at what happened in terms of stocks, if you see yesterday, Nifty, for instance, came down from the beginning. It fell down and then closed. Sorry, it was here. It continued the Friday thing. There was some, rally at around 3 o'clock. That's primarily because of HDFC Bank, and then it came down. Take Bank Nifty. You see the sudden from there was 1,000 and odd point rally again because of HDFC Bank, and then once the block deal was done, it collapsed. So this is something one had to get worried. Our 10-year yield is getting, what shall I say? Surprisingly, it is bouncing back. I would have expected going into RBI meeting, 10-year yield, the yields would have come down, but that is not to be. Maybe the market is expecting that there will be no rate cut tomorrow. I'm actually expecting 50 basis points to be the most logical one. At least 25 they should do. As I mentioned yesterday also, Governor Rangarajan looks for 50 basis. Then you had the previous outgoing RBI people on the MPC committee members. They wanted a 25 basis point. Last two meetings, they did not get it. And then you had Sajid Chinoy, who was the Prime Minister Advisory Council, who was a part of that, and who's now on JP Morgan as chief strategist. He also expects something like a 25 to 50 basis point cut. He feels that RBI is behind the curve. So anybody who's connected financially knows that there is a lack of demand, and you see, it is like what I would say, obese man. You make him diet, and then he becomes normal, and then you over diet, then he starts losing the muscle. I think Indian economy is losing its muscle. I hope the RBI gets into action. This is how Dow Jones behaved. So it was down through the day, and then only in the last 1 hour it bounced back. This is Nasdaq, and this is S&P. And gold did nothing. Gold actually came down. Same thing with silver, and the dollar index also came down, which meant that the other currency was a little stronger. Now you saw yesterday Nikkei went up, but today it is down by about 360 points. Hang Seng is down by about 600 points, expectedly so, because you see it has been constantly going up. If you look at what Hang Seng has done, is it's just gone one direction, almost parabolic. So this correction is, very welcome, I would say. Singapore is also not doing well. Kospi is not doing well. Today we open with very negative cues as far as we are concerned. So it is quite possible that we may not do well in the first half. And today is the election results. And election results, generally I have noticed that on the day when bad results come, that is bad for the ruling party, you will have one low during the day, panic low, and then the market stabilizes. Whether that will happen this time, we have to see, because we also have the Israel-Iran war possibility in the background. That is my biggest worry for this market. I know, I've been bullish, but I've been bullish only on the Nifty and the bank, more than Bank Nifty. A few stocks only, but I've been bearish on generally the market, but the broader market, especially the railways, defense and space, and many others which have got higher PE. Yeah, what worried me yesterday was that even our portfolio, which is having low PE stocks, even we suffered. If we have suffered so much, then I'm assuming that others would have suffered more. Not that you get any benefit or feel good about it, but it seems that this correction, we have to be very cautious. It is, though it is only 6% vis-a-vis what happened in August. August also we had a tremendous correction which went down by 5%. So that way we are okay. We will know in the next 2-3 days. 24,800 on the Nifty is a good support. but it can come to even 24,600. It's not that, everybody's looking at 24,800, so it doesn't mean that it will take a support there. Next 2-3 days will dictate. Especially tomorrow, we should have a clearer handle, because RBI, what it does will take us, whether we are going up or we're going down. I think it left to the RBI and the government, as I keep mentioning. So we have to see whether RBI will come to the rescue. Today should be volatile. I think we may have a tradable bottom today. I'm going very, very cautious. Again, I have not traded for last 2 days intraday. I'm wondering whether I should trade for the third day. But what if I do trading? Then it will be very, very cautious, very, very low volumes, because this particular phase of market is a very tricky market. Whatever experience you may have, the market will throw curveballs at us. So whatever you do, I hope you are successful. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.